It is 20:08 on Thursday, April the 30th, and welcome back to episode 24, I guess it is. Now, just a little warning, I wasn't sort of prepared to do an episode tonight, so I'm not really prepared. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, we have some more food. This is another episode of Tubetti. You might be wondering, hey, what's the deal? You said yesterday you weren't going to have Tubetti, you were going to have a Recchiette, and I lied. I decided to change my mind because the Tubetti is just so good that I couldn't pass up the opportunity to have more Tubetti. There's actually no music. I forgot to turn the music on because I wanted to say kerflunked. I don't know what the proper terminology is there, the proper word. So I have to turn the music on. Okay. Give me a second. All right, it's on. Yeah, so I wasn't prepared for a video because you might notice it's quite late. I don't usually make my videos this late. So there was some activity downstairs and I didn't want to record a video. Yeah, that's same song as yesterday, Permanent Psychosis from January of 2024. Yeah, there was some activity downstairs and I didn't want to make a video because I feel self-conscious about doing that. I feel like an idiot. I don't want people to hear me when I'm making these stupid videos. And so I was just like, okay, and I was waiting because I was thinking, okay, maybe, I'll be able to do a video soon, and I just kept waiting. Then I just got tired of it, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just make my supper and just won't make a video. And so I was getting really, really down because I like making these videos, and that's sort of the whole point of me getting these desserts was to make these videos. So I was getting kind of, I don't know what the word is, disappointed, I guess. And so my food's cooking, and then this isn't even a lie. By the time it was done cooking, I have privacy again. So it just ended up working that way. And so I had to flip on the making a video switch in my brain. I had to flip on being a commentator, some type of commentator in these videos. And so I'm not really prepared for that. I'm ill prepared. And also I was, because of, I was still going to eat the brownie tonight because I need to have dessert. I don't really have it. I mean, I do have other stuff that I could eat for dessert, but I was, tonight was going to be the brownie night because it's the best before date is the 4th of May. And I'm going into town tomorrow. And so I'll have desserts planned for the next foreseeable future. And so I have to get rid of the brownie. Really, I was looking forward to eating the brownie the entire day because it's so good. And now I was thinking, like just before, that I wasn't going to be able to do it on camera. And what's the point of eating that brownie or any of these desserts off camera? I would just be a pig eating these not extravagant, but these decadent, excessive desserts by myself. I'm just like a pig. I'm just a fatty, even though I'm not fat, but eating like a fatty. But it all worked out in the end, so I'm making a video after all. Hooray. So yeah, so I don't know how warm this is going to be. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I tried to plan it because just in case that I was able to make a video, I let the sauce become a little more hot than normal. Normally I have it set to a good temperature, but I made it hotter so that if it was done, I would just sort of leave it there for a few minutes, probably 5 minutes, in case I was able to make a video. Anyway, it ended up working good. So I am absolutely famished, as usual. Plus it's 8 o'clock. It's after 8 right now, so I'm quite hungry. Oh yeah. So good. This Too Betty is just to die for. You like that joke? It's darker outside, slightly darker, so the lighting in here is probably not very good. It's probably worse than normal. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. I love this pasta so much. Me and this pasta are best friends. It's a callback to my foliage video. Yeah, so I can't wait to finish that brownie tonight. That brownie was so good. And I can't wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow I'm going back into town, going to various areas, searching for food, and I'm going to make a video out into town. So I think I've decided that I'm going to wimp out, and I'm not going to get the deluxe pizza. I'm just going to get the Canadian pizza. So it has 3 toppings as opposed to, I think, 6 for the deluxe pizza. It's just too much food, you know? Because I have to have a pizza for lunch, then I have to have Indian food and baked goods for supper / dessert. So there's just too much. So I'm super looking forward to going into town tomorrow. I keep mentioning that. The weather's actually supposed to be even better than I thought. So I'm just going to show you here. I keep checking. Maybe it'll change by the time tomorrow rolls around. However, okay, so you can see it's around at 12 p.m. I'm going at 12. So that's, yeah, I'm leaving here at 12. So you can see, I hope you can see, 9 degrees, is that what it says? Yeah, 9 degrees, 10 degrees at 1, 10 degrees at 2. So that's actually really nice. The only thing, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. And I figured out how to turn it to Fahrenheit. I have to click something, and then at the bottom there in the blue font, I'm able to switch it to Fahrenheit. So I just switched it to Fahrenheit, and I'll show you the Fahrenheit temperature. Okay, so apparently it's supposed to be in the high 40s. Why does this say Saturday? Tomorrow's Friday. Did I do that yesterday? I guess it's in the 50, yeah, high 40s / 50. Friday. There you have it. Isn't that amazing? I don't know why I wanted to do this. I was just happy that the weather was going to be a little better. So, no, I think I did decide what I was going to wear. I think I was going to wear my winter jacket, and I'll just wear like a long sleeve underneath, and I'll just like have my jacket open. I'm just worried about getting a little too chilly because it's still only like 10 degrees or 9 degrees. So I don't know if you could tell on the phone, but the wind speed was very low, so it should be nice and calm. Oh man. Yummers. So I have everything all planned out, have it all timed out. So I'm going to 3 different Tim Hortons in the beginning, at the start of the trip. And I've decided, you know, instead of having to keep track of, because the reason I'm going to 3 is just in case one of them has a different variety as another one. So I don't want to miss out on any potential different flavors. But so I don't have to keep track of everything. I'm just going to get 20 Timbits at each place, regardless. 20 assorted Timbits. That way I only have to pay attention to the muffins and just a couple donuts. I want to get the coconut donuts, the 2 coconut donuts. And then I'll also keep my eyes open in case there's a donut that I missed. that they have a donut that's not available, or that wasn't available last time. I don't know if that's the case. I've been checking the menus for each of those locations, and there's nothing, I didn't miss anything according to those menus. However, maybe when I get there, they'll have something different. Really looking forward to it though. I can't wait. And also get to eat Indian food again. Oh my God. And one thing I realized, I don't know if I said this yesterday, I mentioned that I wanted to get more, like another, at least one more cereal box. But I bought these special small bowls on Amazon. But it was 8 in a pack. And I thought that would be fine because I got 7 cereal containers, or 7 boxes of cereal. But if I'm getting more, then I might have more than 8. And I might not have an extra, like I won't have enough bowls. Because I wanted to have them all here on a platter. So I have to get some more bowls as well. The superstore, the grocery store, the big superstore, they should have some bowls, some small bowls. I just have to find them, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I'm glad I remembered. I checked Amazon today to see if they had any better selection of Pop-Tarts and chocolate bars, but they have nothing different than usual, so. I had, I think, pretty much the same amount of pasta that I had yesterday, which is a little less than normal. It seems like an endless bowl, probably because I keep talking. I definitely have to bring my appetite for tomorrow, that's for sure. So I wasn't overly full last night after the brownie, which is good for tomorrow because I'm having the other half tonight, so I don't want to be overly full. It's not like eating another half of those cakes like I had a couple days ago. That was insane. All right, we're almost done. So it's probably like 2 bites. Oh my God. There you go, and it just so happens the song ended as well. What a coincidence. Okay, so now time for the best part. I gotta get the brownie. And some milk. I'm just gonna have some water as well. Okay. So I'm not sure how many desserts I'm gonna get out of all of this Tim Hortons stuff. So those Timbits, they're basically just like a donut hole. So they're you know, like a ball, a donut ball. But I'm not sure how many donut balls would equal a regular sized donut. So not too sure here. I guess I'll just wing it, see how I feel. However, there's going to be at least 2 days. I'm sure there's going to be 3 days worth of desserts for the Tim Hortons. And then assuming I get a cake tomorrow as well, that'll be another 2 days at least. No, 2 days. Because, yeah. So there's 5 days of desserts. And 5 days of desserts, and then I still have other desserts that I can eat, like the Pop-Tarts, the cereal, and I also have a bunch of chocolate bars too. So I'm just sort of preparing myself, and then 2 Saturdays from now, I go back to my normal grocery store, and I'm gonna get 2 more cakes, and I want to get a brownie as well. The same one that I'm eating right now. I'm trying to think. I was trying to think today if they have multiple different like flavors of these brownies, or if I'm getting confused with the first brownie that I had, the triple chocolate brownie. Because I know for a fact that they have multiple different flavors of the triple chocolate brownie. So they also have like a cookie version where it's like a chocolate chip cookie version of it's not a triple chocolate brownie. It's just like a brownie that looks like that, but it's a chocolate chip cookie flavor. I think they call it a vanilla brownie. But I'll keep my eyes open. I'm really on a brownie kick now, apparently, after the brownie cheesecake and also the triple chocolate brownie and now this brownie. So, oh yeah, and I'd like to get some 2-bite brownies tomorrow. A nice bag of those. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'm taking out the brownie and putting it on the plate over here. I guess I was supposed to do it over there, right? Oh well. Okay, there you have it. I'll cut them into 4. The giant, there's supposed to be 16 brownies here. I've already eaten 8 yesterday, and now I'm eating the final 8. Okay. Yeah, I'm really doing a bad job. I should be doing this on camera. I apologize. This is amateur hour. Amateur hour. Like I said, I wasn't prepared to make a video tonight. So here are your brownies. They look super good. Super good. Apparently they have milk chocolate chips in them. And I believe that. They're extremely moist. And it's got the crackle top. Very moist in the center. They're dense. They got some weight to them as well. Very, very tasty brownies. They surprised me yesterday when I ate them because they tasted better than I thought they would. I mean, what else would I expect? They're brownies. Okay, got my trusty milk. So I've been waiting for this all day. This is what I do all day. I just mentally prepare myself for these extravagant desserts. This is what I look forward to. Okay, so which side? I guess I do this one first. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's just so good. Yeah, I definitely like this one better than the triple chocolate brownie. Oh, this is just amazeballs. You can see just how moist they are. Put it up to the light there. A lot of fat, a lot of sugar, a lot of taste, a lot of chocolate. Yeah, just imagine eating this by yourself, off camera. That would be psychotic. I was pounding this brownie. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely want to get another one of these brownies. These were so good. I might even get two, depending on the best before date. Okay, two down. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at how moist that is. That's as moist as your wife's pussy. What? Sorry. I apologize. I think that's the first dirty joke we've heard on this video series. When I kept saying moist, so I wanted to make a joke. Okay. For some reason, I feel like this half was bigger than yesterday's half. I remember thinking that yesterday when I cut them in half. I don't know if it's true, but All right. One left. Whew. So tomorrow morning, I'm just going to have 2 very small pancakes. I think yesterday and the day before, I've also had 2 very small pancakes. Keep my breakfast very small. In preparation for tomorrow's feast. Oh my God. So good. You know, I do still have the French vanilla ice cream as well. So yesterday before my video, I was thinking, should I add some ice cream as well? Just a little bit of ice cream? But then I think I chose wisely and decided not to, because that would probably be a little too excessive. Having some ice cream along with I'm sure it would taste good, but there's a lot of brownie here. All right, I think there's 1 bite left. There's your nice close-up. These lighter spots on the bottom, those are, I'm pretty sure those are chocolate chips that are sort of cut in half. So the milk chocolate chips. Also some on the side there. Also some over there. You got your nice, I forget what they call it. The crackle? Yeah, they call it a crackle top, I think. Okay. Oh my God. Well, that brownie was an absolute home run. Super happy with that brownie. I mentioned this yesterday as well, but another reason why I like it better than the triple chocolate brownie is you get more of it compared with the amount of sugar and whatnot, which is good. And this one was definitely more moist. It did have chocolate chips, but they were a little more sparse. I think they were smaller as well, which I like. Just getting all the chocolate off of the spoon there. The fork, I should say. So tomorrow is May 1st. Friday, May 1st. Wow. I didn't have anything to say about that. Oh man. Well, that was just fantabulous. I don't think I've ever said that before. So I'm just gonna I'm going to get my phone back out. And I'm just going to see if I can bring up some pictures of those Timbits, just as a bit of a taste, just to show you what I'm in for tomorrow. So let's go to Google. We will do Tim Hortons menu Canada. Do I look funny when I'm typing like this? So, find a location nearby. Yeah, this is the one I do. I was looking on my computer earlier. Accept all. Canada, English, apply. My address, I think one of the ones I'm going to is 900 Steeles. So let's do that. Milton, Ontario, you betcha. So let's just order. So I feel like last time I checked on my phone, this was a few weeks ago, the menu was different compared with on the what the heck is that? The computer, on my desktop computer. Sorry. Okay, so let's go to baked goods. Let's go to Timbits. All right, so it looks like it's working. Unfortunately, the photos are very small. So I'm gonna get out of my chair here. Ow! Hit my knee. So I have to try and look at the... So, like it doesn't, it won't even focus. Yeah, this is pointless. Well, that was a waste of time. I'll just show them to you tomorrow in person. Anyways, this was a video. This was another video. It's only 32 minutes. That's pretty good. So tomorrow I'm going into town at noon, and then I have to go to Tim Hortons. I've got to grab all my Timbits. I'll tell you what the flavors are, because I wrote them down. Initially, I wanted to show you what they were with some fancy pictures, but here's the next best thing. So this is the thing I showed you yesterday, my to-do list. And then on the bottom, I have more of the list. And so I said, I'm getting pizza, order pizza at 1:15. And then what's the next one? Order Indian at 2, and then pick up Indian at 2:30. However, on this side, I have a list of all of the Timbits. So apparently they have like two different versions, two different tiers of Timbits. I don't think that this existed back when I was like 20 years ago, when I was 20 to 30 years ago when I was going to Tim Hortons. But so they'll have like your regular Timbits, but then they have the fancier Timbits. So apparently one Timbit is 39 cents. Honestly, it's still pretty cheap. They are small, but still, I'm kind of shocked how cheap the prices still are, because everything's just gotten so expensive over the last 10 years and stuff like that. But the fancier Timbits are 49 cents. So they're 10 cents more, obviously. And so apparently they have 4 different kinds of the fancy Timbits. So the top one is Canadian Fireworks. That was the one I was trying to show you on the phone. Then there's a cappuccino one. None of these, I haven't tried any of these fancy ones. There's a cappuccino one. I'm looking forward to that. I like cappuccino. There is a chocolate creme brulee one, and that's a filling, that has a filling. So that sounds pretty interesting to me. And then there's a lime cheesecake, which I'm honestly debating about not even buying, because I don't like lime. I like cheesecake, but I don't like lime. So I don't know. I do want to get it just so I can try it. I'll get it so that I can try it. How about that? So I don't know if I said this. I was going to get 20 Timbits from each location. I wanted to say that. I think I mentioned it, but... And the one thing I'm curious about is if these fancy Timbits are allowed to be included in the 20 Timbit pack with the regular Timbits, because these ones are, the fancy ones are more expensive. So that's something I have to ask the people at the store. If not, I'll just buy them individually. Like I'll buy two of these, two each of these, the top ones. And then your regular Timbits, you have chocolate glazed. So I ate the donut version of the chocolate glazed already. It's one of my favorites on this video series. So I'm familiar with that. That's probably my favorite Timbit. It's very tasty, and that's been around forever. It's classic Timbit. Now there's also a sour cream glazed Timbit. This one I didn't even know existed. I don't even think it may have existed back when I used to get Timbits like a long time ago. And because the sour cream glazed donut I've eaten in the video series, and it's a relatively new donut for me. Relatively new, meaning within the last 20 years. Maybe even earlier than that, but still. So it's quite possible the Timbit version was available and I just never got it because I didn't eat the donut version. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to that. These two are like, eating these two, the chocolate glazed and the sour cream glazed Timbits, that's going to be, I was almost considering just getting a whole thing full of those. Ideally, I would, but I would have to do that at a later date because there's just going to be way too much food here. Then we have a birthday cake Timbit. I think I've tried that before. I think I have. Not from ones that I bought, but from ones that someone else bought and they let me try one. I think I've tried it. I don't remember if I liked it or not. Then there's a honey dip Timbit. The honey dip, I tried the donut. The honey dip is like a classic Timbit. One of the classic Timbits. It tastes very good and it's a nice size. Then you have your old-fashioned plain Timbit and your old-fashioned glazed Timbit. Really looking forward to trying the old-fashioned glazed Timbit. I bet that would taste really good. Anyway, huge day tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. If I haven't mentioned that, I've mentioned that pretty much this entire video. So next time you see me, I will be, I was about to say eating pizza, but that's not entirely true. I will be walking with a pizza in my hand, and then I will be eating pizza. So I got the pizza eating video on location will be next. And I'll give you all the updates on the Tim Hortons, and then the next video after that, it's going to be me eating Indian food, probably for the next 4 days. So much fun is to be had still. So, I'll see you tomorrow on location.